Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Mike, your physical therapist, and yes, I am your alternative healthcare career coach. Today, we're going to have a special interview with Miss Deb Leggett. She's a nurse practitioner of Family Medical Clinic here in Jackson and Trezevant. We'll be back in a few seconds. Okay. All right, we are back. Sorry about that. We were just trying to go live earlier, but I guess the rain and everything, the internet affected it. But we are back. We are here to interview Miss Deb Leggett. She is a physical therapist. She's a nurse practitioner practicing here at Jackson, and she owns that clinic here, Medical Family Clinic at Jackson in Trezevant. Let me just pull up her bio, and that way I could read her thing again. So Miss Deb Leggett is a nurse practitioner. She's a certified keto coach and mom to three awesome kids. So right now she's practicing as a nurse practitioner, obviously, at Family Medical Clinic, both in Jackson and Trezevant. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in Miss Deb Leggett. Miss Deb, what's going on in your neck of the woods there? Is it also raining bad there? I mean,
Yes, it's been raining. Yeah, it's been raining quite a bit. It's pretty hard right now.
wow, wow. Well, could you please tell us again who you are? What do you do, and what are the different services that you guys provide at Family Medical Clinic at Jackson?
Yes, I'm a board certified nurse practitioner. I've been in Jackson practicing for about 7 years now. We own locations in Jackson and Trezevant, and they are owned by me, the nurse practitioner. I have seven nurse practitioners that are currently with me and have hired my eighth nurse practitioner. We offer services to all individuals from birth on up. We take care of primary care needs as well as urgent care needs. We do walk in appointments, and we also do scheduled appointments, which may be physicals, sick visits, urgent care visits. So pretty much whatever you need can be done in one place. We do women's health, children's physicals, adult physicals. There's not a whole lot we don't do.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. So why did you? I know you're a nurse first, right? My wife
Yeah.
is a nurse. So,
Yeah.
what made you decide to go back and further your studies as a nurse practitioner, or is it just your passion?
Well, it's something that I always wanted to do. I always wanted to be a nurse practitioner, but didn't know if I could really do it. So I spent probably 25 years at the bedside, working at our local hospital for a long time. I worked in the same dialysis unit there for about 20, close to 20 years, and just decided that it was time for me to do something different. So I went back to school, and they were very supportive in supporting me with my career choice. And then I just kind of branched out on my own. I decided I just kind of wanted to do it myself, kind of be my own boss and take care of patients the way that wanted to be treated.
Amen. Amen. That's the goal. You want. It's not because you want to be, do what you want to do, but you want to be. You have that autonomy in taking care of your clients and patients. So
Yeah.
let me ask you a personal question, Miss Deb.
Yes.
So you said 20 years of doing bedside. So for those people who don't know what bedside is, some people say, "Oh, what is bedside?" Well, it's basically, you're a nurse, right beside the bedside, taking care of the
Yes.
patient.
Mhm.
So 20 years. And then after that, you went back to school. Am I correct?
Yes, I started my career as a certified nurse's aide at the age of
Mm.
18. I went back and got my LPN at 19, and at 20, I went and got my associate degree in nursing. And I waited about until almost 20 years before I went back and got my bachelor's. And that was kind of a position driven thing. And once I got back into school and decided that I could do this, then I decided it's time to go back and get my nurse practitioner. So actually, I've been ever disciplined in nursing from a CNA up. So I have about 35 years of experience.
Wow, that's an
Mhm.
inspiration there.
I
There
just turned my age.
I don't know. I mean, we're also streaming this in the group called Alternative Healthcare Career Group. And we have, people there who are burned out in their careers and they're like, hey, do I really need to go back to nursing school? Do I really need to do this? If it's really your passion, ladies and gentlemen,
Hmm.
whether you're a CNA or an LPN or a PTA, if you really want to go back and serve, look at
Hmm.
Miss Deb. It's an inspiration. And if you have that passion, ladies and gentlemen, don't stop. Don't tell other people that you can't do this. And I'm sure Miss Deb already also experienced people telling her, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. And look at her now. She's got two clinics. How many nurse practitioners she has? Like 7 or 8 nurse practitioners working with her. I'm not saying working for her, working with her because I'm sure they're working together as a team. That's the goal. You find that passion and be productive. So thank you very much, Miss Deb, for being an inspiration. So
Yeah.
let me ask you
I
this,
mean,
Miss Deb.
I was in my
Oh, go ahead.
40s when I went back, in my
Mm.
40s. So don't ever think let age hold you back,
So that was like 5 years ago. Is that correct?
Um, no, a little bit longer, a little bit longer.
You know what? That's true.
Yeah,
I mean, age is a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm too old to go back to school." Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, no. If it's really your passion, if you really want it, go for it.
exactly.
Anthony said, "Thank you very much for watching live, Anthony. Appreciate you. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate you. Thanks for sharing." So let's go back to you, Miss Deb. Let's just leave alone those people who comments there, right? So, uh, so 40 years old. I'm gonna ask you a personal question. Did
Yeah.
you have kids and were you married? Do you have pets that time?
Yes, I actually, when I went back and started my bachelor's, I had been out of school over 20 years.
Mm,
And when I started back at my bachelor's, I had teenagers at home,
mm,
three, and they were in high school. And it was a difficult time. And I was married, and I was still working full time. I worked full time. I went to school full time, did a lot of online as much as I could, and did as little in house, like on campus, to try to continue to work because financially I had to continue working.
mm.
Um, it wasn't easy, but I did it. And as soon as I finished my bachelor's, I took off the summer and started my master's 2 months later. So
Wow.
it just gave me that. I just needed that initial, I can do this. And once I got in and I was going to finish with my bachelor's, I'm like, I'm not stopping now. I'm going to get my master's, and just kept
Mm.
going.
Just
So,
kept going, right?
yes.
It was hard. I'm sure, I'm sure a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
us here in their group, whether you're watching on the YouTube or in their personal page or in Jerry Hab page or in the alternative career page, I'm sure it's gonna be hard. Everybody has their own story.
Yes.
And the goal here is to not make excuses. There's only two things that are good here in this world, ladies and gentlemen. Reasons and results. What are the reasons that we're giving? What are the excuses that we're giving? And of course, the other one is results. What kind of results are you getting in your life, ladies and gentlemen? That's what Miss Deb is doing or has done. She put aside those excuses. Oh, I got 3 teenage kids. I'm still studying full time. Blah blah blah. She could have given that reasons and excuses, but no. What she did is okay. I want this results. I want to finish my bachelor's. I want to finish my master's, and then boom, and got there. All right. So there you go. Sorry, Miss Deb. I know I'm just
Okay.
passionate about this. I'm just inspired with people. 'Cause I know I'm inspired you as a nurse practitioner, but when you said you started as a CNA, there's no excuse.
Yeah.
And you said that you had kids and family. I'm sure you have some sort of challenges there too. Marriage problem, family problem. Everybody has that.
Oh,
But
yeah.
did she stop? No. Right, Miss Deb?
Yeah, I mean, I was working in a position where it was very physical, and I know that as a nurse and working the hours and the type of clinic I was in, I was going to have to, as I advanced in age, to continue working, was not going to be able to continue working 16, 18-hour shifts, which was a procedural area. And actually, there was about five of us who worked together in the same hospital setting, and we all went back and got our nurse practitioner because we're all kind of around the same age. So now a lot of them are working for me that worked for me before. So, it was kind of like a group effort. We all kind of decided we were going to do this because you got to look towards your future. What's your future going to hold? Are you going to be able to continue working the same job that you're working physically, mentally? And physically, I could not. Mentally, I could because I loved that job, loved it. But I knew physically my body was going to have to carry me another 25, 30 years. I had to do something different, you
It's
know.
so true.
And again, this was a lifelong dream of mine that I wanted to do, but I just didn't have it in me at the time. And then in my 40s, I'm like, I got this. I'm going to do this now. And actually, there was a lot of people a lot older than me in my classes. I thought I would be the old person, and I wasn't. There was a lot of people in their 50s, so age is just a number.
That's so true. I
Mhm,
remember this, I was also thinking, during my time I went back to school to get my DPT, and I thought I was going to be the oldest. I saw like I had like 50 and 60-year-old people who just wanted
mhm,
to advance their education and
mhm,
career. So,
mhm,
there's like what you said, age is just a number, right?
mhm.
All right. Okay. Here's my next question, Miss Deb. What is your biggest challenge? No, two questions here. Biggest challenge when you were transitioning, wanting to be a nurse practitioner. So that's the first, and it's the biggest challenge now as you're not right now. You're a business owner. You're taking care of patients, like hundreds of patients. What is that biggest challenge that you have? So answer the first one first, okay?
The biggest challenge from going from an RN to a master's nurse practitioner um, was probably having to, I always had the doctor to rely on as a registered nurse, but now I'm actually the provider. So I had to build a lot of confidence in myself. But I think my years as a nurse and working in critical care and in the intensive care setting in acute dialysis taught me a lot. I worked with a lot of great physicians that taught me a lot. So it gave me that boost that I needed in my self confidence that I could do this. Um, my biggest challenges now, I think one of the most heartbreaking things for me is trying to get services that patients need, that I know they need, but maybe their insurance doesn't cover or they don't have insurance. I have a large population of patients with no insurance. I guess any provider would tell you one of the biggest challenges we have is getting patients the care that they need, whether it be insurance restrictions or um, just whether they can afford, the treatment. That's one of the hardest things because they need it, but it's not always feasible. That's the challenges that we're having.
You know what? It's funny you mentioned that. I like your answer on that first question. The biggest challenge is more like in yourself, right? And
Yeah,
you found the answer to that,
yeah,
answering that higher calling. But
yeah.
the next step is, that challenge in taking care of our clients.
Hmm.
And I encounter a lot of that challenges too. And it's so hard, you got patients wanting to get therapy, or of course in your case, you get all the services, and insurances are just denying it. And
Well, it's
I
like
mean,
you've got that insurance company that's telling you how you're going to treat the patient when it's just somebody sitting behind a desk. That is very, very hard for me to stomach sometimes. When they tell me you need to choose this medicine, we're not going to pay. Well, I know why I can't give this medicine, but I've got to spend an hour telling you why I can't give this, and then you finally approve it.
yeah.
This frustrating challenges. It's very frustrating. Primary care
So
can be very frustrating.
yeah, I totally understand you there. It's it's frustrating. I mean,
Mhm.
you're documenting. I'm here in my storage room trying to hide because I need to finish up all this medical justification for therapy.
Yes.
And I exercise. I'm not the healthiest guy. I'm not the physically fit guy. You've seen me. I'm overweight, Miss Deb, right? But I don't stop exercising. And here
Yeah.
we are. We get approval of, oh, you're only approved for 4 visits of therapy. What am I going to get there? Evaluation, see them the second day, third day, and then fourth visit you discharge. You're not, right?
Yeah.
And then they expect that patient to be able to jumping jack and cartwheel, right?
Yeah.
You can't do that. Same thing probably in
Or
medicine,
actually
right? So
retain the information that you're giving them. It takes more than 4 visits for them
that's
to
so true.
retain the information.
Mm. Well, again, thank you very much. I know you're a very busy person. I appreciate you, Miss Deb. Thank you very much for all you do for stepping up for the profession. I appreciate that, and
Well, thank
thank you
you.
very much too for stepping up for in your community.
Yes.
We're
Thank you.
doing this. Us entrepreneurs, we're
Mhm.
not just employees. We work for the hospital, for a clinic. That's a good step up, don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
But if a person, a healthcare practitioner, stepping up, getting out of their comfort zone and providing employment services to the community, that's a next level. So I appreciate you for doing that, Miss Deb,
Well, thank
answering a
you.
higher calling. You don't stop, okay? You just keep pushing, keep pushing. I encounter burnout too. In our
Yeah,
group, we encounter burnout, but self-care is not selfish, right? We always tell that, Miss Deb.
that's right.
So before I let you go, any last parting wisdom for our friends who are watching, whether it's a patient or people in the group that we have. We're also streaming in the Alzheimer's group. We got like 30,000 members there too. So any
Okay.
special encouragement for them?
Just don't ever give up on your dreams. You're never too old to continue something that you've always wanted to do. I just want to be able to continue to give back to the community, give back to my patients, and just provide affordable, accessible health care in both of our clinics.
Perfect. Where can we reach you again, Miss Deb?
Our Jackson location is at 1022 Greystone, and I know our phone number is 731 300 2001.
731-300-2001.
2001.
I'm gonna just show it up here. All right, there you go. All right. Again, thank you very much, Miss Deb. I appreciate you. Thank you very much again. I think we need to do this at least every month. Where you can talk about
Good.
one specific disease like hypertension or
Oh,
taking
I'd
care of
love
your
to.
cholesterol. So
Yeah.
let's do that more. But before I let you go, ladies and gentlemen, I know Miss Deb is very busy. Don't forget the word fast. FAST. Letter F. Find friends that will bring out the best in you because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. Miss Deb already mentioned it. She had friends who she went with to go finish her nurse practitioner school. You gotta be meaningful, specific, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot just be a wandering generality. You need to be specific. Just like when we're doing exercise, we need to be specific. Okay, today we're gonna work on your biceps. Today we're gonna work on your legs. Same thing in life. Same thing when you're wanting to get better, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to be better and stronger, or find a good nurse practitioner, a physician, or a practitioner, or a provider, be specific. Go to what you call family medical clinic. Next letter is letter A. Take action. Don't you notice this? All this stuff that we're doing is not going to do me good. It's not even going to do Miss Deb good. We're not getting paid to do this, right, Miss Deb? I mean, so not unless Miss Deb wants to pay me, right? But no, it's not going to do us good if you don't take action. That's what Miss Deb did. She took action by going back to school from CNA to a bachelor's degree to a nurse practitioner. Now she opened up her clinic, and now she's taking care of patients here in Jackson and Trezevant, Tennessee. So take action. Take action by going to their website. Do you have a website, Miss Deb?
Yes, we do.
Is it familymedicalclinic.com?
It's www.fmcjackson.com.
Let me share fmc.com. Okay. Take action by reaching out and going to their website, fmcjackson.com. Okay. Or calling them 731-300-2001. Okay. Take action. Next letter is letter S. Share and subscribe. The more shares, the better. Share this video. Share Family Medical Clinic's website or Facebook page. If you have Facebook page, right? Smith?
Yes.
Share it. Because sharing is caring. And last but not the least is letter T, is teach it. Why? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, you're actually understanding it more. And that's what Miss Deb is doing. She's actually teaching her patients to be better and stronger, to take their medication, to find ways how to provide their services. All right. Again, thank you very much. Miss Deb, any last parting wisdom again?
No, thank you so much for having me, and I'd be glad to come on monthly.
I know we
Pick a
got to do like
subject, we'll talk about it.
yeah, we'll talk about, topic, this month. Let's talk about, maybe, you know, I don't know, Alzheimer's
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
hypertension month. We'll do that. So the more people that we help, the better. So again, thank you very much, Miss Deb. Thank you very much to
Okay.
my Facebook friends,
Thank you.
YouTube friends. Appreciate you. Be awesome, be great, be excellent. And we will see you again on our next episode tomorrow. By the way, we're going to be interviewing people in the virtual geriatric summit in our next month. Again, thank you very much, Miss Deb.
All
We'll
right.
see
Thank
you
you.
around, my Facebook friends. Bye bye.
Bye bye.